Y'all, point number one. This garage hasn't been this clean in a while. What can I say? I'm pretty happy about it. It's because I shut down my eBay business because nobody's buying anything because the economy is freaking weird. So this portion of the garage used to be all eBay stuff, mostly just boxes because when you sell a lot, you got to ship a lot. And so I was just a box hoarder. So I consolidated all those boxes, kept the good boxes, because hey, if you ship stuff, you know there's such a thing as good boxes and bad boxes. I think it's the weight of the cardboard. But in any case, this is what we're working on today. We are gonna I got this thing running the other day. So now I'm gonna put a little more work into it. This tub and everything is actually in pretty darn good shape, minus the previous owner that cut out this huge portion of door. And we are going to fix that by putting some cj7 door openings in its place. And it's gonna look weird, and it's gonna look cool, and it's gonna give me enough room to get in and out. I'm a big guy. And so first things first, we got to get this into the garage. I just cleaned the garage. So I'm going to try to get like all these leaves and shit out of it before I get it in there. And then I'm going to winch it in there. I'm going to put it on some dollies, and then we're going to just spin it in circles, get it to where we need it, and start grinding away at the metal we don't want. And actually I got to pull the seats out first. So here we go. All right, we got it in here. We got it on dollies. Gotta get these front seats out, and then I need to evaluate how exactly I'm gonna do this because I don't really know. Kind of winging it here. So here I got both sides. Here's the side we're working on first. Because by the way, previous owner of this was handicap. That's why this has been cut out like this, and it's been converted to an automatic. So just in case you were wondering why there's this big thing here, this big opening. So here's where I'm at. Behind here is like what I feel like is structural support. So I'm a little weary cutting it out. It's this piece right here, basically. And if you can see how this is like a real sharp 90. And if we go to the other side here, you can see that that sharp 90 ledge just follows the whole body line. But with the cj7 door openings, that sharp edge, which it starts right there and then kind of molds itself into something different. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to make this transition work right. I might have to figure out how to remove the skin from this support structure right here, which I'll just have to, I'm not quite sure how they're stuck together. Probably some welding of some sort, but I'm gonna investigate, figure it out. I'll tell you what I come up with. Okay, quick check-in. I've been drilling out spot welds, and I cut out this portion of the tub right here to replace with this portion. And right now I'm gonna focus, I gotta get this rear rubber off, and gotta get this structural portion off that does not exist. We might replace it with something. Also, previous owner had already cut out this big hole to make more room for the seat. So we're gonna do something there eventually. But right now, I just gotta focus on how exactly I'm gonna make this work. And I will show you that, how I make it work exactly. Here's what I'm thinking right now. If I'm being honest, I think the best way is to cut this door opening in half and do it in 2 sections, just because I'm only one guy and I feel like that would be the easiest way. I'm gonna try not to do that though, because then that involves more, like I'm gonna have to weld it back together. So it seems counterproductive to do that, but it's what's in my head. And sometimes when something gets in there, it doesn't come back out. So we'll see what happens. Y'all, I cut it in half. I'm pretty sure I had to do that because I think it's gonna be just a tad bit too long, which sucks, but it's okay. I was hoping to keep it the same length so I could put some CJ or some YJ doors on it. But it's okay. We'll figure it out. I might be able to, but I'm not gonna be able to. It's too big. It's too long. So, I'm gonna try to figure something out and decide how I want it to look. But I think what's probably the most likely to happen is I'm just cutting 1 inch or so out of the door opening, so that the door opening will just come right up here in a nice fashion of some sort. I wish I was better at making plans and doing measurements, but I just do what I want. So what I want to do right now is tack this sucker into place, because welding makes me happy, even though I'm not very good at it. So I'm gonna fidangle that and make it work, and then keep doing other stuff. I don't have a plan yet. Y'all should have figured this out by now. My only plan is to make this look really awesome, and maybe actually like Bondo and make it look like better than I usually do. But also rat rod is pretty cool too, so we'll see what happens. Y'all, I did a little more cutting, did a little more welding. Look at that. It's just on there now. Pretty much done. Actually, I might just leave it like this. So I cut the rest of this section out, and I'm doing the lineup, and you see it just kind of sticks out a little too far, and so I think I'm just going to shorten it up to about here, and then yeah. And then I'm gonna have to figure out, I'm gonna have to mock up, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of metal fabrication of some sort to make it look right, to blend this to that. You can kind of tell how different those are. I think I'm just gonna get rid of this top portion completely, because I don't know if you guys have ever seen cj5 doors, how they sit up to like here. Well, it's because this end comes lower than a cj7 does. I don't know how they designed it, but yeah, so the CJ door opening actually goes too high, so I got to cut a couple inches out of that too. So I'm just going to cut this top portion off, weld this bottom portion in, and go from there. So this is going to be a 3-section thing. I'm going to shorten up this section like 1 inch or so, as much as I need to, and then I think it'll be probably about time to call it a night after that. But also, I'm really excited about this, so I might not call shit. I might be out here till 4 a.m. because I don't make good choices. Anyways, here we go. Y'all, check it out. Boom, did it. You know, I'm not done yet, but I had to take an inch out of the top, an inch out of the middle, roughly. I'm not going to tell you exactly because I didn't measure exactly, because where's the fun in that? Still got to work on the transition between these two different profiles. It's going to be kind of tough, and I might end up taking most of this out right here. Or like cutting it and hammering it and doing something there. But first I want to fill in all the gappage and make this bottom portion right here to fill it in and get all the welding done. But right now I want to get all the steel cut and tacked into place, because then I will feel pretty darn accomplished. So that's what I'm going to do right now. That's it. Y'all, I got sidetracked on some shit. It's been a few days. I forgot that I was recording videos. So, excuse me. It's as welded as I'm gonna weld it. The rest is just gonna be body filler, which I've also never done Bondo work, so we're gonna see how that goes. It's not the best, but it is good enough for this guy. So I also put this YJ brake booster and master cylinder on it. Right now it's got drum brakes all around, and that's what I had, and it bolted right up. So I'm just gonna, you know, I'm gonna hook the lines up and just hope that I have some brakes. If I've got brakes, then I could actually drive this thing. I also mocked up the seat where I wanted it, and if you can see that, I did the notch. So the guy before me had cut like all that shit out, so I had to rebuild it a little bit. I think that also turned out pretty darn good. I like it. I haven't finished welding it yet, but I will. It got really cold. I think the last video I made, it was like 75 out, and it dropped down to like 20s the other day. And that's not a testament to how long this project's been taking. It's just like, it's literally only been like 4 days. We went from 75 to like 27 within 2 days, which is nuts. Anyways, I guess that's it. I'm gonna, it's almost too cold. I gotta look at the temperature requirements for Bondo, because it might be literally too cold for Bondo. In which case I'm gonna do Bondo, and it's not gonna work because I'm still gonna do it. That's it. I gotta hit the gym. Bye. Next scene.